A guy at college tried to impress me by name-dropping my brother. His name was Dante, and he cornered me after our sociology lecture with that smug expression guys get when they think they've found their golden ticket. So I was backstage at the Phoenix concert last weekend, he said, leaning against my desk. And your brother Zane? Total legend. We hung out for like an hour talking about the music industry. I stared at him blankly. He mentioned he had a sister at State. Dante continued, practically glowing with self-importance. When I heard your last name in class, I knew it had to be you. The thing about having a famous brother is that everyone assumes you're desperate to talk about him, that his success somehow makes you more interesting by association, that dropping his name will make you swoon with gratitude for being noticed. Dante was still talking. He's so down to earth, you know? Not what I expected from someone with 3 platinum albums. Super chill. We talked about everything. His creative process, the pressures of fame, his plans for the next tour. He even gave me his personal number. I nodded politely while mentally calculating how many times I'd heard this exact conversation. 47, not counting today. Each one more pathetic than the last. I actually manage some local bands, Dante said, pulling out his phone to show me grainy photos of guys holding guitars in what looked like a garage. Maybe I could show Zane their stuff, get his thoughts. I mean, since we're tight now. He said he's always looking for fresh talent. That's when I realized what was happening. This wasn't about impressing me. This was about using me as a pipeline to my brother's contacts. Dante had probably been sitting in class for weeks, stalking my social media, waiting for the perfect moment to make his move. That's fascinating, I said, gathering my book slowly. What did you two talk about for that whole hour? His confidence faltered slightly. Oh, you know, music stuff, industry things. Like what, specifically? Well, he mentioned his new album and touring, really inspiring stuff about his songwriting process. Said he might want to collaborate with some up-and-coming artists. I smiled sweetly. His new album that came out 2 years ago, the tour that ended last month, Dante's face went through several interesting color changes. Because here's the thing, I continued, standing up. My brother was in rehab last weekend. Has been for 3 months, court-ordered actually. And before that, he was on a farm in Vermont, completely off social media, raising goats and learning pottery from a 70-year-old hippie named Moonbeam. The blood drained from Dante's face completely. Also, I added, slinging my bag over my shoulder, his name isn't Zane, it's Vincent. You're thinking of Zane Morrison from Midnight Rebels, who's been dead for 6 years from a drug overdose. Pretty sure he's not giving out his personal number these days. I started walking toward the exit, then turned back. But thanks for the fascinating glimpse into your imaginary networking skills. I'm sure those local bands you definitely manage will be thrilled to hear about your fake connections to dead rock stars and their resurrection abilities. Dante opened his mouth, then closed it like a fish gasping on dry land. The beautiful irony? My brother actually was famous, just not for music. He'd written a best-selling book about compulsive liars and the psychology behind their fabrications. I'd been his research assistant for 2 years, learning to spot every tell, every inconsistency, every desperate attempt to seem more important than reality allowed. 3 days later, Dante dropped the class. 6 months later, I got a text from an unknown number. Hey, I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I really do manage some bands now. Would love to make it up to you. I screenshotted it and sent it to my brother with the caption, fresh material for chapter 12. He replied with 3 laughing emojis and a goat picture. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people bury themselves with their own bullshit.